Everything looks normal from here, isn't it? The world looks beautiful, everything running normally, and it's a very, very normal day. Imagine everything suddenly disappears. All buildings, all the tools, cars, factories, or even basic everyday items such as knives, hammers, and shovels vanish. What would the economy look like if we had to do all the work with our bare hands? What a value investor would do in this situation. There's no company, no shares, no stock market, no annual reports. First of all, he needs to survive. Being near water, he decides to catch fish. But there's no tool left, and he doesn't know a single thing about fishing. So, to survive, he jumps into the sea and makes desperate attempts to catch fish with his bare hands. Again and again and again he failed, but he kept on trying. After many days of struggle, he learns well enough to catch one fish a day. It is still not much, but something better than nothing. One night, totally wet, with his eyes sore from the salt water, he was lying on the beach staring at the stars, thinking about how he could improve his life. Then he came up with a brilliant idea. If I could just extend the reach of my hand, I might be able to watch the fish from above the water and probably catch more. He decided that in the morning he was not going to catch fish. Instead, he would devote this day to implement his plan. He looked in the woods, looking for a strong, straight branch, which with great effort he managed to break off. Then, with a sharp shell found on the beach, he tried to sharpen the tip of the stick, which took him many hours. Finally, that evening, he fell on the sand, exhausted from hunger. To build his invention, he did not eat that day, but he was happy because in his imagination he was already sitting on a heap of fish caught with the help of the branch. Falling asleep, he decided to call his invention Spear. Next day, with only water in his stomach, he went for fishing. Pointed spear was much better than using hand for catching fish. He got more than one fish that day. Famished as he was, he ate it all. Lying down on the beach at that night, with his stomach full to extreme, he realized his mistake. If he eats all that he can catch, then his whole life he would be doing nothing else but catching fish all day. The plan to build his future erupted from the thought. Now he would eat only what is necessary and save the rest to eat for next day. Then next day he would not have to go for fishing, and in that time he would try to build small boat. In this way, every other day he had the opportunity to build a boat that would change his life completely. It opened many more opportunities for him. Boats will take him to near islands where fruits are available, and it will take care of many weeks worth of required ration. He is no longer a poor person depending on everyday fishing to survive. This story is an example of how a value investor would behave in the worst of the situation. The night he made the plan was the firm confirmation of how he wants to live in future. Next day he sacrificed his food to make his spear. That self-sacrifice helped him in taking calculated risks towards the plan that he had set up for himself for a better future. Then after just one day of being reckless, he realized in order to live better life and not get stuck in same cycle of living on day-to-day fishing, he needed to consume conservatively and save the rest. That was a savings part. Then his savings helped him to make boat and gave him better life. That was the investment, and with the help of that investment he sailed through all the difficulties that could have come his way. Now he is a wealthy man. Let's see the same example from real life. Two friends got really good job in TC Corporation. Salary was 50,000 rupees per month. Popular Andre and Simple Safin both are really happy. Popular Andre throws lavish party for his friends and spends 1 lakh in that. Whereas Simple Safin calls just a few close friends to his house and celebrate with homemade food and drinks. They both start their job next week. Within few months, Popular Andre had already stepped up in his lifestyle. He bought a big house with club membership on credit, and now the EMI is 28,000 rupees per month. After just 1 month, he bought the car for himself on credit again. Its EMI was just 8,000 rupees per month. His weekends were all about going out and partying with friends. He liked exploring new restaurants and new clubs, which was vanishing the money out of his bank account. And at the end of the month, he would be left with nothing. But I have my big house, he used to think. Whereas on the other side, Simple Safin rented a small apartment near the office which cost him 10,000 rupees per month. Because his office was closed, he decided not to buy the car. He loved to go out with his friends for dinner and drinks, so he decided he won't spend more than 5,000 rupees per month for that. On the daily basis, he would cook and eat simple food at home, and that would just cost him 7,000 rupees per month. Other expenses would take another 4,000 rupees from his pocket, but still he would save 24,000 rupees per month. Years passed. Popular Andre kept on stepping with his lifestyle at every promotion he got. He bought new and bigger house and shinier cars, whereas Simple Safin stayed modest and kept on following his saving and investing plan. At every bonus and promotion, he saved and invested more. Though it wasn't easy for Simple Safin to do that. There are many times when he felt sad about not owning the house that his friends own and not having the dream car he always wanted. But in every moment of sadness, he reminded himself the story of value investor and the fish, and his common sense took precedence over his whims. During first 5 years, Simple Safin kept on investing in mutual funds. After that, he taught himself about accounting and how to invest. From then on, he started shifting little bit of money into buying blue chip stocks. Then suddenly out of nowhere, a global crisis takes over the world. Companies started firing employees and small businesses start falling apart and couldn't pay the debt to bank. Popular Andre and Simple Safin both lost their jobs. Popular Andre had his EMIs piling over and soon he exhausted all his credit card limit. After borrowing money from family and friends, he survived for a while, but then he needed to sell his house and car. He felt depressed as he has paid so much money for the house and the car. And on top of that, he didn't even have a job now. Soon Simple Safin came to know that the rental office building nearby is almost on the brink of bankruptcy as nobody was taking the office space currently and they have huge debt. He knew the place and after checking with his finance expert, he bought the place at a very cheap price. He waited couple of months for the current situation to get over and then he rented the office space to small companies who wanted a little cheaper place. He also opened a small cafe there and because of offices being there, everybody started to come to the cafe. Now their lives are completely different. Andre has nothing and he is hustling to get the job, whereas Safin is earning more than 6 times what he was earning earlier and is retired and learning about his hobby of filmmaking. One day they met at a common friend's place and Safin told him the story of value investor and the fish. Andre understood the whole concept of being modest and investing for future and now he too is trying to be an investor for life. If you like the story then subscribe the channel to not miss other stories and smash the thumbs up button. It helps my small channel to get more views. If you also want to be like our friend Simple Safin, then you can check out our financial independence series to plan your financial journey step by step. If you want to see how the investing works, then you can check out my portfolio update and understand the concept of value investing. Thank you for watching My Money Universe.